What's good, everybody? Nelson Chan from Hoopland. So there's been a lot of basketball hoop shoes that came out this year. There were some good ones and there were some bad ones. And in this video, I'm gonna show you guys my top 5 hoop shoes that I have in my go-to rotation that I personally think are the best hoop shoes in this year. Some of the factors for the shoes on this list are based on the review that I did in them, the amount of time I put in them, overall performance, price, and the availability to you guys. The shoes on this list don't come in any particular order. The list is composed based on what I feel like are the best 5 shoes of this year. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off, we have an honorable mention, a shoe that didn't make the top 5 cut, but overall is still a really good shoe. And that is the Harden Volume 1. The overall performance on the Adidas Harden Volume 1 is pretty solid. The comfort from the boost is great. It beats out the Crazy Light Boost 2016. The comfort from the lining feels really good. It's one of my favorite parts of the shoe. It's just oh so soft. Traction is amazing, same for all the other Adidas hoop shoes that came out this year, but the Harden one in particular grips a little better. However, the lacing system is not that smooth and tight, therefore there is some heel slippage. And the most important reason why the Harden Volume 1 didn't make the top 5 list is because right here in the toe box area, you have this huge pinching pain that digs into your foot, due to the plastic from the first lace loop. That reason alone, I had to cut the Harden Volume 1, from the top 5. It just gave me too much pain. It hurt me a lot. But other than that, the overall performance on these are still pretty good. And the price for the Adidas Harden Volume 1 retails for $140. Alright, so for the first shoe on the top 5 list, we have Dame Dolla's Adidas D Lillard 2. And let me mention, it's the bounce model, not the boost model. It has good traction, the materials feel nice whether it's the jacquard upper or the prime knit upper. The shoe feels awesome the moment you slip your foot into them. It has a snug, cushioning feeling around your foot. I actually love the bounce cushioning setup on these. It kind of reminded me and felt like the Nike Zoom Air cushioning setup that I love personally. That is my favorite cushioning setup, that's the GOAT cushioning setup. And these really did kind of feel like that. There is a boost version of the D Lillard 2s, but I would just say forget about those because the bounce version is that much better. And the best part of the shoe of the D Lillard 2 has got to be the price it retails for. It retails for $105. You're getting a really good hoop shoe for a very affordable price. And even for the prime knit model, it only retails for $120, which is still really good. Moving on, we're changing things up. Next, we got the Under Armour Curry 3. The traction on the Curry 3s are on point. It's slightly better than the Curry 2s in my opinion. The anaphone setup feels really good. I like how after a few wears it molds to your feet and it gives you a really snug fit. It's really padded around your ankles, which feels really nice where you get a good amount of support around your ankles. The downer on the Curry 3 is that it feels kind of wobbly. At times I feel like my foot's gonna roll over and I don't get that great of a stability. But besides that, the lockdown on these is great due to the lacing system and the carbon fiber wings. Your foot wouldn't really move around that much. And the price for the Curry 3 is also $140. Next up on the list, we got the Nike KD9s. The KD9 is a huge upgrade and improvement from last year's model, the KD8. This year, the cushioning setup on these are on point. The cushioning on the KD9 is a really strong feature that is one of my favorite parts of the shoe. It feels spongy but still pretty responsive. The traction is another strong point of the shoe. The outsole is really soft and flexible that gives you great durability and multi-surface grip. It has flat knit material that's also soft and flexible, although support and lockdown on these are not the best. What's also good about the KD9 is that there's little to no break-in time needed. And retail price on the Nike KD9 goes for $150. Next up, we're going back to Team Adidas. We got the Adidas Crazy Explosives. The Adidas Crazy Explosive is probably the shoe that has the best overall balance in terms of performance. The cushioning on the Crazy Explosives just feels absolutely amazing. It's well balanced in terms of cushioning, responsiveness, and impact protection. To me, the Crazy Explosive has the best boost setup and best feeling compared to all the other Adidas boost models this year. The traction is solid. It does need some time to break in though. The prime knit on these feels fantastic. It just wraps around your foot really nicely. It gives you that snug fit. Also, support and lockdown on these are also great. The worst part of the shoe is probably the aesthetics. A lot of people don't like how the shoe looks. They're saying it's ugly or whatnot, but I personally think that it's okay. It's not the best looking shoe and it's not like super ugly or whatever. I personally don't care. I'd rather have a shoe that performs better than how it looks. There is a mesh model that almost performed just as good as the prime knit model. The only difference is that with the prime knit model, the upper for the prime knit just feels way better than the mesh model. Although the mesh model feels pretty good too, but I would say invest the $20 and get the Prime Knit model. And pricing for the Adidas Crazy Explosives, for the Prime Knit model it retails for $150, and for the mesh model it retails for $130. And lastly, the final shoe to make the top 5 list is the Nike Kobe AD. Starting off with the cushioning, Lunarlon in the front, Zoom Air in the back. To me, the cushioning setup on the Kobe AD is probably my favorite Kobe setup since the Kobe 6s. And for all y'all who want to know more on why I feel that way, go watch the full performance review on the channel. The traction on these are really good. It's not too grippy where your foot will get glued to the ground where you can't move, but you still get a great amount of grip if you were to stop on a dime. The materials are actually so-so on these. It's actually pretty stiff in the beginning and it does need quite some time to break in. Especially the tongue right here, something was digging into my foot which caused to give me a little bit of pain. Like I said, the breaking process is something I didn't really like about the shoe, but that's not that big of a deal. You know, you just gotta hoop in them a few times, you know, before it actually get to, you know, transform into the shoe that you've been wanting. And the price for the Nike Kobe AD is the most expensive shoe on the list, retailing at $160. Thank you guys for watching that video on my top 5 shoes that I have this year for my go-to rotation. If you guys want more of an in-depth review on each of these shoes from this video, I put all of the links to each shoe in the description box below. Also, go check out all of the other sneaker reviews that I have on the channel. Let me know down in the comments below whether y'all had any of the shoes that I had on my list for my top 5 hoop shoes. If not, what shoes did I leave out that y'all think should have made the cut? And like I said before, these are my top 5 hoop shoes that I personally like for my hooping preferences. Make sure to watch this video over here, watch that video over there, subscribe up here, follow me on all my social media accounts, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that will be in the description box below. And until next time, I'm out. Peace!